Alright. I think my audio is a bit better too from last stream. Coding, coding, coding. And I have people with me. I've got fucking the what, retired Glorp. Right? Yeah, and I've got Endoy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Retired Glor.
Retired. Old Unk. Glunk.
True. True.
Shoot, shoot. Shoot, shoot. What was I doing? I forget what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was fixing, what was it? Oh, right, when you did the list sounds, it wouldn't list the sounds for some reason. And I fixed that. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Yeah, what did I do? Oh, I think I just put a 200 there. I think it was doing the dictionary for like the headers or something. I don't know. Weird. But it works now if I do yeah, here, let me mute. Oh, okay, I don't have that up. If I do list sounds, they show up now, so it works. I need to commit that. All right. Sound requests. Ooh, stretch. I went walking in the woods yesterday near my house. It was pretty cool. It snowed recently, so there was that. I'll say I fell on my arm. That was a bit annoying. It doesn't feel bad though today, so I don't think I fucked it up. Oh, to be
God
young.
bless.
Oh,
Girl, you are young.
yeah, doesn't mean I can't still. Oh, to be young. Was a oh yeah, fix sound or and there's no print statement on here, right? Yeah. Okay. Fix the sound command. Okay. So, what else did I want to do? I want to take a bit of a break from the song queue stuff. I kind of wanted to work on my PG Binds thing, my little TV, because that's like, I feel like the vibe chart comes up too much. So I wanted to add a condition for that. And while I was at it, I could add like the microphone activity condition. Um, Event negotiation. What a stupid fucking name. Whatever. It's fine. Where do I define all the conditions for that? all the conditions are hard coded. I was worried about that. Okay, that's in state mapping. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna need a dictionary for this, I think. Um, Gory. So, like the microphone activity condition. So for the PNG binds, there's the events. How the vibe thing works is that it waits for the inactive condition to be set to a certain value, like it's been inactive for so long, and then it'll wait for the active limit. So basically, it's inactive for a certain amount of time, and they can only be active for a certain amount of time. There should be a config file where I have that outlined. Yeah, events, stream vibe. Yeah, content name, not a state. That really should be a state. Conditions. Yeah, keybinds idled. So I can't have used any keybinds for 5 seconds, and it has to be inactive for 30 seconds, and it can only be active for 45 seconds. And that's its condition for showing. So like if you want to do like kind of like a Fugi thing, I'm making a mic activity condition. So then when you have that condition and the microphone picks up something, it would set that condition, and any events that have that condition would be eligible to show. And then I also need to make a system so that you can have plugins can have their own events. And then I'd have the stream vibe, like I don't know, vibe change event, and based on that, it would show the stream vibe chart instead of just showing every 45 seconds or 30 seconds. Yeah, every 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah. And then would still have an I don't know. I don't know how long the I don't know how long that stream vibe update event would last. I could probably give a time since last update, and that would kind of be its thing. All right. But yeah, mic activity is definitely going to be built in. Is it? Would it be better to make that modular? So I have one thing that handles the microphone, and then other things kind of like tap into that. It's like a dependency or something. Oh well, no need to over-engineer. Also, Corp, I'm like echoing on everything else I say.
Apology.
It's fine.
Mm,
It's fine.
I'm actually, I need to eat, so I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
mm.
Good luck for stream.
I'll probably also have. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah. You two are both very
No, my
at least
mouth is
tired,
full, so
and
I won't
Glorp is yeah. Okay.
I'm full. I'm full.
You're
Okay,
full.
bye bye.
Mpeg. Bye
Shut
bye.
up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut
Bye
up.
bye. Bye bye.
Have good stream. Have
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
coding. Bye
Bye
bye.
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 Bye. Okay. Oh, hello, Kilo. I need to look at my chat more. Hello. Hello, hello. I'm working on my bot. Okay. So mic activity. I need to look for a Python volume level. Let's just go with activity. If you're on Linux, what emote is that? Aw, comfy. Pi Audio, Sound Device, Pi Recorder. Yeah. Probably Pi Audio. Please have some good examples. Please. 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 Okay. Pi Audio, reading chunks. Oh, do I have to look up like a microphone example? Wow. Voice recording. Actually connected and not muted. Okay, so yeah. Let me Oop, got a bot. Got auto modded though. Copy the name. How do I copy your name? Is it right click? Yeah, it's right click. Ban the bot. Ban the bot. This is interesting. Yeah, so okay, so it puts it into the file. So where's that file name used? Recorded frames. Data. I'm assuming that's just a byte string. Stream. Okay, stream is the Is stream the microphone? Input device. Yeah, stream is the microphone. Okay. Where's the file? Okay, it opens it later. Interesting. I would think you just point and laugh, be gone, but I don't want you. why am I even thinking about how I do this? This isn't even what I'm doing. I'm literally checking. I have to just check. Okay, right frames, because frames are different from the actual content of the wave file. Okay, that makes sense. Probably. Mm. Hmm. Microphone get volume example. You can read in the volume in real time. Recording, don't save the data. Yeah, I think I am gonna put this in a different plugin though. Have it as its own thing. And then when it loads, it can just do it doesn't have to list the PNG binds plugin as like an actual dependency. It can just do a check to see if it's also enabled, and then go in and throw in the custom event. If so. You can read the volume of that and set up the recording, but don't save the data, just process it. So yeah, get the microphone, and then while you record, read the chunk, and then calculate the volume. I don't know why you keep setting it. What is RMS volume? Root mean square. Oh boy. Measure of an audio signal average power over a short period, representing perceived loudness better than peak levels by combining amplitude and duration. Okay, so I mean, I'd have to kind of test that. Your data fields of what? Is that from like one of the Stack Overflow things? Wait. Finding the default input device. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, get default input device info. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably have that. So what it'll be for the plugin here. Let me just. I think I'll have this as a built-in plugin because like why the fuck not? The folder. Microphone. Meet the plugins. Plugin.py, and it needs a plugin.json. And then I need to go over to the get ignore, and I need to exclude microphone, and it's from the API documentation. Okay, thank you for looking that up. So Probably what name? If I can spell name right. Microphone. Yeah, I think it's just a good idea to have like one central thing for the microphone, because otherwise you'd end up with like 15 plugins grabbing the microphone on their own, and that's kind of lame. So I don't even know. You can probably do that, but I don't think you want to. Was it configs? What is this? Let me go look here. Yeah, configs. Microphone. Yeah, let me put you over here. So yeah, for the plugins, they all have like a metadata file that also lists out like what configs they add to the configs file, and you know, it describes all of the configs so that when you go over to the configs page, it can make this, and you have like a full kind of dynamic UI for editing this stuff. And you can control like what values you can put in, and the like conditions for the inputs and stuff. Yeah, pattern, full, any prefix, suffix. And this took me a bit, and it was kind of annoying, but I'm pretty happy with it now. I kind of want to add a second like there's type, but I think like input method would be nice. Like the type may be float, but maybe your input method would be like an RGB picker, or maybe not float for that, but like, you know, like string, and then you'd have RGB picker, and then it would handle that. I think that would be nice, because right now if you want to like input a color, it kind of just has to be manual. But yeah, I'll get to that later. That's not like a thing I'm too focused on. I have so many favorites. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So microphone, I don't really think I need to set a name. Description. Microphone plugin. Oh, Keela, have you been working on anything interesting lately? I think I saw you doing that one game in Doki's server. Okay. And then components. I don't really know what the components would be. At this point, components. Would there even be an interface? Probably not. Nor an overlay. So API, normal, remote, and null. And then be, I can't imagine this being remote, so normal or null. Okay. Actually, let me check that. Phone. Hello, phone. Okay, they did go live. Let me pull that up. Meet site. Where did Amina stream go? No, I fucking lost my streak over that. Okay, I didn't. I guess it was too short. I'll leave this up. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Components, API, microphone. Cool. Yeah, device, and then, or do I want to do a multi-device thing? Like, what if somebody wants multiple microphones for multiple things? Right. I suppose I should add that ability. Here. Devices would be name devices description list of to handle for the plugin to handle Shadorino ping. Oh, no, okay. Maybe you can get first, who knows? No? Nope. Of course not. Why would I get first? That'd be some bullshit. Microphones plug-in to handle. Types would be list. And then, how do you format list? I forget. Ooh. I don't know how to fucking format my own code. The shit that I wrote myself. That's crazy. List. Types. So list just immediately has types. Okay. And then I would put, object fields, and then I would have this, and probably like an enabled switch. Oh, how did I do that? At this point, yeah, I think my convention has been to make this lowercase. And then I can get rid of the name here. Enable description. Whether or not to listen to the and I don't know if I want to respect any changes to this during like the bot runtime, like when I want to like check all of their enabled statuses again. Because obviously, like when it starts, when it loads, right? But then would I poll? Would I keep checking like every however many seconds to see if they're still enabled in the config file? Like what would I do for that? I suppose I would have an interface too. Okay, I'll probably have a similar thing to the plugins themselves where enabled is just I don't know. Yeah, this will just be normal remote null. Just the same. Whether or not to listen to the microphone. I forget if this is bool or boolean. I think it's bool. Where is it? Type name boolean. Boolean, it is boolean. So do I have okay. Cool. Awesome. Glad I got that fixed. Stretch. Right, this one. This one. Listen to the microphone. Types. Boolean. Oh wait, no. Yeah, be boolean true, because there's no conditions to that. And then default true. Actually, the exclude thing here is just kind of a if it is null, then treat it like it's not there. I usually like doing that instead of setting an explicit default value, though you can set an explicit default value. I just think it's kind of better. Why is this thing sitting like this? Okay. I just think it's kind of better. Sorry if I was too close to my mic. I think it's kind of better to not set an explicit default value in the thing, at least in most cases. Just in case you want to like handle like a default value differently later, because like yeah, if someone doesn't fill anything in and it gets read and then written back, it'll have that default value filled in. Maybe that's just a limitation of how I'm updating the config file. I don't know. I wouldn't want to do like a recursive check to see like what's actually changed according to the like, and then check that against the metadata to like see what is actually changed. And then like that would be so much to do. It might just be a bit of a pain in the ass. I don't know. Okay. Optional true. Yeah. Types. Objects list. It should be good. I guess this could be name. Name and enabled. Yeah. Okay. Yawn. Why do I have a ping? Weird. Okay. That's why. Alright, I guess to requirements, I gotta add. Oh my god. I gotta add microphone. Let me drag these over. Or the Pi Audio and then this one. LTS. After being removed from Python's standard library in version.
Tomato!
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great. I thought it was still in the Discord call. I was like, what? Who? Yeah. Okay. Glorpimento. Stretching. Stretch. So it looks like this, yeah, used to be part of the standard library. But it's not. So I'm not using the version that would require it, but I think AU. I think I can still add it in there, and it'll just like fail. Yeah. Which one's my favorite? I don't have to pull up the thing. I can just go to the sounds file because it should be over here somewhere. Sounds go, go screaming. This one's kind of nice. There's also taco.
Can I have taco, please?
Can I have taco, please? There's.
Thank you
for saving me.
I was so thirsty.
I was so thirsty.
Knocking you up
Knocking you up with my big sword. Yeah. Yeah, Glorpmado.
Tomato!
And then probably also Gag. Gag is funny. What? Gag. Bro from fucking Pilk, bro. That's crazy. Okay. Is this using the... Yeah. I go right exit and then pull that back up. Yeah, now it's the vent. Pip install -r requirements. All right. Pippin. I don't know if that just upgrades this pip or if it upgrades. Yeah. Okay, I have to use big pip. Alright, what I'll do as a compromise to this bullshit is, where's requirements? OPR. Leave this commented, and then second comment, for 3.13 plus. Yeah. I think that's good. And then I should probably add a little note. If using Python 3.13 or later, modify the file to install. Let's not do that. I don't know what's on my clipboard right now. Really need to get in the habit of clearing my clipboard before I do a coding stream. Because I think I might have a password on there. From when I was going into my pork bun to auto renew a domain. Oh well. Requirements followed install audio loop GTS for the microphone plugin. Okay. That looks fine. Not that one, this one. Yeah. I think this gets ticks as well. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Why did I name my stream anything but games? Whatever, it's fine. Oh yeah, because I wanted to lock in because I feel like I've been playing too many games recently. I haven't been productive enough. Who dare ping? Okay, you started stream up again. God bless. God bless. God bless. God bless. God bless. Oh. You know what I hate? Having a nice dinner, and then you go to sleep, and then the next day you gotta shit it out. I have to go shit. Hmm. Okay. Do I put it on BRB, or do I put it on idle? I feel like this is a bit more interesting. Okay, I think I'll put it on this, and then Okay, I'm back. I had to replace the toilet paper I used, so it took a bit longer. Yeah, 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 yeah. What am I looking at? Okay. It's like the shit that makes you forget everything. Okay. I was doing this. That's right. That's right. And then. Oh, is it not? I suppose not. Okay. I don't know if that'll use YTDLP, right? Like, I haven't tested. I haven't tested. It's probably fine. It'd be pretty easy to diagnose. Oh, the fucking thing is getting an error. There's no. Well, would that even. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. Whatever, you know. I'll fix that later. Oh, I think plugin is done. The plugin JSON file is done. Right, it's just a list of devices. And then over here, we plug in, and then we need handler. I'd imagine there'd need to be some construct for fucking handling the microphones. I don't know if I want to do that asynchronously or if I can do it I can probably do it synchronously, just take turns between all the microphones. I don't think I should need to spin up a separate process like I do with the other ones. I don't think it'll be that intrusive. I can just put up a daemon thread or something. I might want a WebSocket thing of like, you know, you can get sent like the frames as they come. Maybe it'd be better to have a not as a WebSocket but as a normal endpoint, and then I have it set to stream the frames instead of just sending a single response. That could be good. I don't know how long those can stay alive for. I think I'll do it like that because there's no real point in me opening a WebSocket for that. because really it's just gonna be binary data. I have to just encode it in like base64. So no, I think you can send a binary WebSocket message. I can just stream it. It's fine. That'd be better. So, what WebRoots? This wouldn't have any what's it called? Actually, I don't know if you can do a indefinite stream, because you know there's the content length header. What would that get set to? What okay, anyway. HTTP indefinite stream response. Yeah. And then we add the magic word Flask. You can give it a generator for a response. Text event stream, what the fuck? No, I want to stream audio. Flask, audio frames. Yeah. Generate audio frames, audio frame data. What's the, okay, audio X-Wave, okay. That's the MIME type it's using. That's good. What? WebRoots. Let me just immediately put that down, just to have it down. And then I'll just go over to this, copy, paste. There's no sound requesting. The blueprint request and maybe send file. I'll need response, definitely. Well, I need OS, not immediately. And then I need one for the interface, one for the API. There's no overlays. Let's go back to here. Actually, pull this over here. Yeah, web loaded first. Basically, what the web loaded thing is for, and then the server one loaded, is for Flask, you can't like remove roots once you've started the web app. So if you like unload a plugin, once you like start the thing, so if you unload a plugin, you wouldn't be able to remove the roots that the plugin added. So there has to be some other logic to dictate when to like host the plugin and when to not, like when to host the web roots for it. So there's the serve when loaded. It's a bit redundant, sure, but it's fine. You can also do other things. I don't know if I do it in this, but like you can have other conditions besides just this one boolean for when to serve. Then you can also control what error code you get when the condition isn't met. Yeah, web loaded callback. Lambda web loaded. Yeah, so I need the this probably isn't the best one to have. Let's do song queue web roots. Oh yeah, this one has the callback for provide downloads. It gets if yeah, this just checks the config file. Download. Yeah. Okay. And really, it shouldn't even be this. It should be state manager dot or what is it? Main state manager. Oh no, provide downloads is different from do downloads, I think. Hello, random stranger. Hello, Prigger? Yeah, Prigger. Hello. How's it going? Microphone. Working on my Twitch bot. Oh, that's, yeah, I forget that does that now. See my little TV up there? It has me. I'm trying to do a little setup for my microphone so that when I talk, it'll kind of pick that up and it'll do something. Oh, here's me eating my food to someone coding. What is my life? Hello, Zion. I feel like that's like the best thing ever to eat food to, though. Like, come on. Your life is good. That's what your life is. So I'm kind of trying to make a thing like Fugi, though. And for that, I need the microphone activity. And I could just like hard code it into the code for the TV, but I'm kind of making it its own separate thing because I want my bot to be able to like other people can write code for it and then like they could use the microphone thing too, so that like a million different things aren't grabbing the microphone. It's just one really good thing and then everything else uses it. Oh, I need these. I do need OS. God damn it. Whatever. Static dirt. Static URL path. Static, microphone. Maybe I could do some typing practice. Oh my god. Find a YouTube video. Okay, have fun with your video. Have fun with your video. Hmm. Ooh, pages for the interface. No, not blocking IO error. Blueprint. Did I say maybe I could do some didn't catch that. What do you mean by pick up other things? Pick up other things, pick up other things. What did I mean? Okay. Let me just start from scratch instead of trying to pick up from there. So, right. I want my little TV in the corner to be able to react to my microphone activity. And what I could do is just hard code that into like the TV code so it works there, but I'm making my bot so that other people can write plugins for it. So if they also wanted to check for like microphone activity or something, they would have to then they would have to write the code for that themselves. And then you have potentially all these different plugins grabbing the microphone, and that would be really lame. So what I'm doing instead is I'm making like a separate like built-in plugin that other plugins can use, including my TV one, so that multiple things can like, so that only one thing grabs the microphone and then multiple things can use that. Right. Does that work? Does that make more sense? Just want to make sure, if you're interested, I want to make sure you understand, because that's, I would want to understand if I was interested. And set the template folder there, and then no overlays, but there is that's on Cube Microphone API. I'm so cool. No, don't stroke my ego. Okay, understood. Awesome. Thank you for making it clear that you wanted to, have that be clarified. Because sometimes even I go over my own VODs and I'm like, what the fuck is that guy talking about? Get out of your head, bro. You're in La La Land. So I just want to make sure I'm being clear. I started typing Minecraft. Alright, now, I'm making the blueprints. And what blueprints are is they're basically kind of groups of, making it in Python. Just so it's easy. I don't see any reason to make it in like C# or C++ or Java. Can I get a gag for Java? It's some bullshit fucking language. But yeah, I don't see any need to really make it in anything crazy. I guess I could make it in Go, or like at least parts of it in Go, or like parts of it in like C++, and then do bindings. But like you could also do that yourself if you have something that seems performance sensitive. But yeah. URL defaults. Defaults? Did I mean prefix? I think I meant prefix there. I think I auto-completed the wrong thing. Okay. That should be... I could have just copied them, but it's more fun to type it on my own. And I remember it a bit better. So... There's gonna be, like stream, right, for the streaming the audio data. Let me just double check that I muted everything in OBS. Yep, that looks fine. And is my volume okay? I know sometimes I'm just plain like speaking a bit lower or like not towards my mic enough. I just want to make sure that's fine. Root mic stream. Maybe if anything, it might be a bit loud. Good on my end. Cool. So I guess for this, I need the generator. I call it handler because generator's lame. Yeah, iterable bytes, and then the status 200. I don't know if I'd send any. Oh, I guess content type I need to set for the headers. And it's that. Or no, it's not. You can specify a MIME type, I think, directly. Yeah. And this should probably be a constant audio stream type. I don't know if I said it or I just thought it, but I think a cool thing to do, maybe this stream, maybe another stream would be, okay, yes, your volume's okay. Cool. I think a cool thing to do, this stream or next stream, I don't know how long I'll go on for, is typing, learning how to type, because I don't know how to type, and it's crazy because I've spent so much time coding and I don't know how to type. It's just muscle memory. So anytime I change my keyboard, I'm like a fucking baby deer. And I can't type, and it's just miserable. That doesn't set a response code, but I want to. What else does it do? Okay, it literally just yields, be gone. It just yields bytes. That's fine. Yeah, iterable bytes is what this took, right? Yeah, iterable bytes, or iterable string, but it'll be bytes. It'll be bytes. Bytes. It wouldn't really be horrible to while true this. I can set up something later. Because it's an iterable, so it's not actually gonna hang on anything because I'll be yielding. To get audio frame and yield. And I'll probably have to do a system where I this like sets up some okay, gotta go now, have fun, good luck with getting it to work, running about 40 minutes of sleep. Oh, okay, bye. Glad you popped in. Get some sleep eventually.
Good evening.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for following. Prigger, yeah, Prigger. My laptop kind of has to be a bit far away from me, so it's sometimes a bit hard. Maybe I should zoom Chatterino in a bit more. Really? Prigger? I feel like that's pretty. Yeah, now that I've zoomed in more, I feel like I just do that off rip. Prigger. Do people like Prigar. Yeah. Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, get some good rest. The audio framing you. But yeah, I probably have to do like a check-in, like, hey, I'm here, save audio for me. And then the thing that reads in the audio would have to be like, okay, here's the audio for this connection, here's the audio for this connection, here's the audio for this connection. And then over here it would pop all of the audio out of its own little bucket and then send it off. Okay. Yeah. And I think this should do it with threads. So if I do like a threading event dot wait, I don't think it'll shit itself. Oh, that's Twitter. Event are though I don't know if I should really abuse that either. Separate threads. Nope, I'm just words are handled concurrently but not necessarily separate OS threads. Lightweight greenlets, yeah. OS threads. I think it should handle the I feel like I should be using no, given the monkey patch, it does end up, even if I do threading dot event, I'm pretty sure it changes it to like a Gevent event. So it should be fine. So if I do like a event dot wait, it shouldn't like just have everything come to a crawl. I think that'll be fine. Why am I still streaming at like 10,000 bitrate? I thought I set that to like 7. whatever. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care. It's fine. Is my OBS getting picked up? No, it's not. Otherwise, it'd be doing the thing that it does. Strangle. Okay, I just have to come back to that later. And why am I even looking at this one? It isn't finished. Web roots here. Yeah, add roots. Add it. No, not this one. This one is just API, and I need one that also has an interface. Yeah, this one is the. Why did I pull this one up? Whatever, it's fine. Stream Vibe. I think Stream Vibe. Yeah, Stream Vibe has like overlay, but instead of overlay, I'd do interface. And this is just a function that gets used in the plugin file to like load the roots. So, because it has to do some interesting things. There's no overlay. And okay, so if add interface, add BP if new, microphone parent. microphone pages, and then to app, add the microphone parent, and then add the microphone API. Yeah, there we go. So if interface, then the parent kind of has, it'll have both the interface and the overlays. And the reason I'm doing the interface on the as part of all the Flask roots is, one, because it's easier. I don't have to spin up another thing for like a GUI. And then two, if I have it as like web things, it's really easy to dock it into OBS, and then you can just dock like any of the interfaces into OBS. And that's really nice, I think. Or you can have it as its own like thing in the browser. Either way. And it also makes it so that if go over here, you know, the interface, you can actually set it to like use a remote one. So you can have a separate instance of the bot running the interface, and then on the one that's running like locally or whatever, or like on the one that you're like mainly interacting with, you can just tell it to go get the other one's interface. And that doesn't, it'll be a little iffy if you don't also set the API to remote as well, which it'll kind of do the same thing. It'll host all of the routes for the API, but anything you actually send to it, it won't handle it on that instance. It'll just send it to the other instance that you specify as the remote instance, and then that'll get handled, and it'll send it back, and then back to you, right? I'm doing a bunch of hand motions, like you guys can fucking see them. Hand cam? No, that could be a redeem. But I don't have redeems. Whatever. I gotta get affiliate. I gotta get affiliate. Eventually, perhaps. Ooh, lightheaded. Whoa. Whoa. I gotta drink water. I think that's the most lightheaded I've ever been, besides that one time that I was, what was it? It was like, it must have been like fourth grade? So I was like, how old was I in fourth grade? No, was it? No, it was second grade. Second grade, I was like 7 years old. Our school would do like a Christmas play, so we had to like, all the classes did their own like songs. So like while the other classes were like doing their song, you'd have to just be fucking sitting around doing nothing. And I was hungry. I was hungry in my stomach. It felt like it was like shrinking. And at some point I was just like feeling so dizzy. I was like, "Teacher, I have to go to the bathroom." And I went to the bathroom and I coughed up some like fucking gnarly thing of phlegm. And then I felt better. It was so crazy how much better I felt. But that I mean, that's probably the most dizzy I've ever felt. But yeah, I didn't even like stand up or anything because I get a bit dizzy when I stand up. But yeah, I've just been sitting. I kind of leaned back, but that was nuts. Anyway, coding. Handler's so stupid. Oh yeah, I'm not done. I need to specify which mic you are doing. How will I do that? Probably a URL parameter instead of a or maybe it'd be better to do it by UUID. I can generate a UUID and then you can get a microphone list. Um, or maybe be more like an index in the list. No, indexes are stupid. Indexes are dumb. I can't do it by name because technically there can be. Actually, if you add something into the. How do I want to handle that? I could do a check later and be like, hey, you need unique. You can't like double add a microphone to the list. Then instead of a list, I could probably do like any field. I don't know. No list. If I did any field, any fields, which is just like instead of having, like, there's the object type, and it's object and then fields. You can also have like any fields, which is instead of having like a defined set of fields like this, like just any name you put in for the field name, it'll have like the type it can be. So it's kind of like a list. It's like a list of pairs, I guess. Key value pairs. But that would be like guaranteed unique. But I also don't want to do it like that because it'd be a bit harder to describe in the description, because this I can just be like where is it? Over here, I can list the microphones for the plugin to handle, and then name, and that gets its own description, and then enable, and that gets its own description. So I'm a bit hesitant to do the any fields thing. Oh well. Either by UUID or by index, which I also don't like unless I load the list in ahead of time, which I definitely don't like. But UUID would also be messy because I'll figure something out, but there's gotta be like to do get I never did give it a root. Thought get so it'd be slash API microphone do I just want stream? I think that's a good place to start. Maybe frame stream. Yeah. And then I might also want a microphone API get list serve when loaded. Now I just did all the list of microphones. Okay. Handler, microphone handler, right? Probably have to import audio. Is that not a thing for some reason? Are we not looking at Venv? We are. I know it's installed. What's going on? Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to generate that again later. Oh well. I mean, it's just keyboard spam. It's not a big issue. What was I looking for? Requirements, there it is. Oh, I didn't add it. What's it called? I think it's Pi Audio, capital P, capital A. Pi Audio. I guess technically I should be specifying versions, but I don't really want to. Like I could be doing like equals 1 point blah 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 whatever. But I don't want to, at least not yet. Oh, why did I get a Twitch ping? Okay. Let me double check these. Do I have my streaks on these? I think. Oh, this already ended again. I guess that was not going well for her. Okay. I guess I'll pop you open. Yeah. Okay. Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? There we go. Pi Audio. Here we go. And then so probably also have to import config. I'll have a meta. I'll import plugins and do the way that I load the plugins. It's a bit weird, even though I'm like in plugins microphone handler. I can import config from over here, even though that's like 2 folders out. A bit interesting. It's just a weird import path setup. Because I used import lib, and then I did the whole from spec from loader, or no, it's from spec, yeah, get spec, like spec from file or something, and then loader from spec, and then loader execute spec, and then you get a module from that, and then you put the module in sysout modules. Yeah. I've had to do that for like an odd number of projects. I don't know. It's weird. So the handler, right? It's also import OPQRST, import threading. As not threading, this is threading. I'll need like a audio bucket or something. I'll need, oh. My keyboard is slightly tilted, and I'm typing completely wrong because of it. Isn't that great? Threading event, right? Basically, events are so like you can in one thread you can wait, and it'll just hang there until in another thread you do set, and then once it sets, the wait will release and it'll stop waiting, and that's what events are for. Because otherwise, if you didn't do that, you'd have to do some fucking it's a really efficient way of doing that. Because if you wanted to do it without that, you'd have to just keep track of some true false, and then while wait, then like time dot sleep, whatever stupid amount of time, and that just eats up your CPU, and it's really stupid. So it's better to do the threading event. And I feel like that's why my bot like already eats up a good amount of my CPU. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was just Task Manager being stupid, I think. I hope. What the fuck is Chrome doing? Whatever. I gotta put in that new heatsink eventually. Yeah, it's using like 5, 6, 8. Why does it use so much? Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So basically the bucket is gonna be where like when someone wants the audio, they're gonna have to make a bucket for themselves or get like a bucket made. And then whenever there's going to be one thing that reads audio frames from the microphone, from each microphone, and it'll take that audio frame and distribute it across all of the buckets for that microphone, and then it'll set the audio ready event, and then whatever wants to read wants to get the audio will be like, oh, there's new audio ready, and it'll just go in that bucket and get it and then clear it. And then clear the event. So yeah, I guess stuff get audio self, and then list of bytes. Jeez, thank you, backspace key. List of bytes. Yeah, might as well. I could do from typing import generator. Why did I put a backspace there? Probably because the enter key on this keyboard is weird. Like, it's very tall, and then backspace, like backspace I think would normally be like above enter or something, but instead it's like to the left of it, and that's really weird. Anyway, this is gonna be a generator, and how you do generators is there's a yield type, there's a send type, and there's a return type. So it's gonna be bytes, none. Technically any, but I'm just specifying none because it's not gonna use send. I guess this should be get frames. And then yield from self.frames, and then clear and then clear this bus. So this will empty the list and then clear the set status on the event. So when something goes to wait for it again, it'll actually wait. And yield from is just basically for frame and frames, yield frame. So just iterating over it and then returning each item that it gets. Or just a really easy syntax for that is yield from. I might also want to do a lock for the frames. And a lock is basically just basically you claim it and then if something else wants to claim it, it'll have to wait. So that way, when two pieces of code try to modify the same data, they call it a race condition. And locks are for preventing that. So if one thing goes to modify, it'll lock it, and then when something else goes to modify, it'll try to acquire the lock, and it'll fail because it's already been acquired. And it'll just have to sit and wait until the lock is released. Yeah, and then I need the frame. Self dot frames dot pen frame, and then self dot audio ready dot set. So often it is only gonna be one thing in the list, but you never know, you know. If for whatever reason, I guess I should do frames and then asterisk and then extend. So now it's a iterable, it's a tuple, but it's an iterable of frames. And then I can extend. So that way it's a bit more purposeful. I don't know. Add frames, and then yeah, add frames, get frames. That's kind of it. I guess also I could just do wait. And then timeout. This is float or none. Okay. Just forward that. Yeah. So this would have a collection of buckets. I guess that would be a dictionary. And then I would do like a pqrstu import from UID import UID and UID4. That's the one that's going to be used specifically. UID to audio bucket. New bucket self for maybe not. Buckets. Interesting. How do I wanna mic map, so dictionary of string microphone name to a list of UIDs, bucket UIDs that will take that microphone's audio, I think, because that leaves it really open, because like you could then technically go and put the UID for that bucket for multiple microphones. So if you wanted to get the audio from multiple microphones, you could, for whatever reason. And they would just come in at the same time. I don't know if you can really do that. There we go. I don't know if you can really do that, but like if that would work. I don't know. But you could. I think that's pretty cool. More freedom doesn't hurt unless you don't know what you're doing. So might as well. New bucket, it would for whatever device, it would do that. And then to do get device ready to be handled if not already. Well, I don't know. That's pending other stuff. But just for what's on here right now for the buckets, all that's relevant is if device name, and if this device name isn't valid, it'll fail before it gets to this, but if device name not, and self.mic map. Map device name equals a list just with bucket ID in it, and then bucket ID equals audio bucket. There. Okay. That seems easy enough. Yeah, audio bucket is just a list with concurrency control, and then yeah, microphone handler is the thing with the actual like interesting logic. My nose is a bit full. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. Blew me nose. Handle is probably gonna run in a different thread. Well, it will run in a different thread. do handle. While do handle. Self.do handle. Oh my, I am typing so well today. Ooh, jeez. I'll do handle. It'll have to go through all its mic. I need to load the microphones. I need to look at how you do that. And did stream die? No, stream didn't die. Good. Microphone activity. NumPy? No fucking way. No. I'd rather get a thing that actually just tells me what the volume is than getting NumPy and doing it. ALS. What is ALS audio? What? Okay, no, this is stupid. Yeah, Pi audio. Yeah, Pi. Okay, stream. P open format channels rates input frames per buffer. I don't know what that would all be. Actually, I might want to allow different microphones to like be repeated. Hello, Shen. Hello. But yeah, I might actually want microphones to be repeated because like if I allow you to specify like channels and rate and frames per buffer or whatnot, it'd probably be good to like let people have different like, you know, qualities for the microphone. Who knows? Just for microphone activity, probably wouldn't be that. You probably wouldn't need too high of a quality. Literally just like, is there volume? Yes, no. Is there enough volume? Gotta clean my glasses. Make sure I get a good whiff of the alcohol. Wow, my nose is stuffed. I didn't smell a lick of that. Okay, that's better. I love doing that. I put it. I purposely tried to make it stronger because I didn't smell any of it at first. So yeah, you like it. It's an interesting thing. If you crumple it too much, it's not as strong. But if you leave it too flat, it's also not really as strong. You have to like crumple it up just enough, and then it gets like really strong. Yeah, it's a little lens wipe. Okay, glass is cleaned. I hope. Ah, bright white screen. Okay. But yeah, Shen, I'm working on kind of trying to make a Fugi thing for my little TV. So I have to make a thing that detects mic input. To see, like, you know, if I'm speaking or not. Hey. Stretching. Okay. So, yeah, P. What's P? Okay, pilot. Yeah. Pi audio a bit verbose, but whatever. Bros. Fucking hell. Is there anything? Nope. Initialize Pi audio. I don't really know if I need an instance per thing. I might want to just throw that up here. And then mics can be dictionary of string to, what does p open get you? Jesus. Gets you underscore stream. Which I'm assuming I can just use. Do not instantiate. Okay, but like, can I still like? Okay, I won't, but like, I just wanna like see what I can do with it. I'll do handle for mic and mic name mic self dot mics dot items mic dot what does this do? Stream dot read. Number of frames. Thrown. IO error exception should be thrown or silently ignored on input buffer overflow. What? Why? What? How big is the input buffer? Probably silently ignore. Exception on overflow. False. And what will it return then? Stream is not an input stream where the read operation was unsuccessful. Actually, here, I'll just try and then accept IO error to do disable microphone or something. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, okay, so frame. I was getting too absorbed in this. I need to. The whole reason I did it to do is because I need to move on. The chunk. I need to also make a microphone thing. name, format. Actually, format's gonna be wave. There's no changing that. That's gonna be too complex because I think I'd have to change the MIME type as well. So yeah. Format is always wave and converted if you want it converted. Oh wait, PA int 6, is that different? Format. The fuck is PA int 16? Okay, maybe that will be different. Wait, where's output? Where's the output used? Why is that a thing? It's not. Okay, cool. I'll have to look at that a bit closer. So this will be a microphone, and this will have a stream once you open the stream. Name, format, channels, rate. Format is probably just gonna be a like a do I have drop downs? I don't think I have a drop down option. So yeah, it just have to be the same thing I did, like a string that has like a regex pattern for the different options, which is very makeshift, but whatever. Rate, frames per buffer. Why is that just set to chunk? Oh well. Let me actually check whether it's being set to pyaudio.pa int 16. Is that just a number? Yeah, it's just a number. I'll have to do research on that. Channels. Really, I should just kind of figure out a bit more. I know channels is like... Right, channels... Is that so you can have like left and right? Right? Yeah. Channels 2. I don't know. I don't know. It might be something similar to like how in videos you can have different video tracks and audio tracks. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know enough about audio files. Rate. I know that's the sampling rate, so it's literally just how often it looks for the audio level. Or like the whatever, how long it pings your mic for shit. Is that in hertz? I think it's just in hertz. Yeah, that'd be like 44 kilohertz. 44.1. That seems like a thing. So channels would be an int, rates would be an int, frames per buffer would be an int. Yeah, and that would just have to be dug out of, and then also enabled and loaded. Probably put those up front. Or no, back. Well, these will all need like defaults, so I kind of just put these up front. Enable will be up front, and then loaded will just be not loaded, but on. That's such a stupid stupid. Whatever. It's fine. I'll have to have like a whole bunch of default mic format. Gain 16 default mic, channels, default mic, rate, what is a good channel? Not a microphone for audio. 44.1, yeah. Then you think you need. Okay, well that's for like when you actually want to do stuff with the audio. So I could probably do. I'll have to test, but just for my use case, I could probably do something more like almost to the 1-digit kilohertz instead of 2. Like maybe like 12,000 times a second. Even then, that feels like a bit much. I don't know. Oh yeah, do I want the... I think this included a sleep. Rate divided by chunk times recording seconds. Okay, I think... I think read is gonna hang for like the 1 over the rate. It's probably fine. I'll have to test. Oh no. Okay, format channels rate. Okay, and then frames per buffer. And then I'll move on down. And then def open or start stream to be a bit more specific. Self dot stream high audio instance dot open, and then just feed everything in. Ooh, I have to get the input device index. Def get device index self. So input device index from name. So get host API info by index. Yeah, Pi Audio. Device count, and then for device, yeah, for iRange get info, and then I do want to read some documentation on what exactly this gets. Get device info by index. I know it seems to be like a dictionary, but like what can I expect to be in there? That would be nice to know. So, probably gonna have to. Ion instance get device count. You have to do this fresh like each time, just to be sure. Well, yeah, because otherwise it'd be some like get the list on first load, and then if you plugged in a new microphone and wanted to use it, you'd have to restart the bot, and that would be really lame. And then after that, it should just kind of have the device index. So if self.device index is not none, return self.device index. Otherwise, do the thing. And it shouldn't really change afterwards. And it's just gonna be better because I don't know how it does that. Because like by that same logic, if you go and get the index, but then someone unplugs their mic, and then that shifts the list around. If it's gonna hot react, not hot react, but if it's gonna react on the fly in one way, it should react on the fly in all ways. So it's just gonna have to do this each and every time. Get device index, I guess it can also be none. And that'll just kind of happen if this doesn't iterate at all or it doesn't find the thing. I guess this should kind of just be its own function. No. I think I'll also end up with like a class. Base class for and then class what's it called? Bad settings error. Mic settings error. Microphone exception. And this is an error because error versus exception. Error, serious, unrecoverable problem. Okay, now it's an exception. Okay. Oh, my thing is the thing again. I have to. Let me get. Let me turn that off. Oh my God! Why are you here? There we go. Jesus. Yeah, state base. Get rid of that. Save. And then I just have to do it 2 more times to make it stick. And now when I do it again, it shouldn't do anything. Yep, okay, that's good, that's good. Nuke that. So... yeah, I need to get the device info. Your device info by index. I. Right. And then info was that dictionary. PA device info. Okay, that's a type. Is there like a... okay, Pi audio, get device info. Actually, here, let me... is there some sort of documentation? Yeah, get device info by index. Turns device parameters for a device specified in device index as a dictionary. Keys the dictionary metadata. Here's device info to structure. Port audios. Alright, port audio. PA device info. Got it. For documentation, refer to other documentation. Genius. Amazing. Max input channels, max output channels. I'll be checking input channels and sample rate, really. Just to make sure, well, those are defaults. I guess really all I have to check is the max input channels. Non-interactive applications. Input true. Can't forget to specify that. And then the device input index is self dot get device index. Actually index equals that, because this can return none. And then if index is none, then I want to just return false. Otherwise, return true. I think that's fair. Input device index is index, which at this point is just an integer as expected. Oh, that can be none. No, but then I'll just use the default, and that would be horrendous. If whenever it failed to get your microphone you wanted, it just, oh wow, guess I'll use the default. That would be horrible. Yeah, name. The struct version, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Info name self.name equals info name. Then I kind of want to do info name starts with maybe I could do in. I don't know. And what do I do for what's it called? No, I got rid of that. What do I do for the other one, the sound requests? Sound requesting. Actually, no, not that file. Player. VLC, get device, name in, just in. Okay, good enough. You know, if you're as exact as, then that could be a bit nasty. That could be a bit nasty. Like microphone 1 and microphone 12, and you put microphone 1, but then microphone 12 comes before microphone 1 in the list, it would always pick microphone 12. So yeah, that kind of is an issue, but at the same time, I guess what you'd have to do is look for the more exact match. Go through all of them and look for the more exact match. For now, whatever. In return I actually I have to do the check on the info first, which really is just one thing. Max input channels. If self dot channels greater than info max input channels. Maybe I should do get and then for the default I'll just do self dot channels, so it's never greater than, but then I don't also have to go importing fucking math or getting float dot or getting the float inf, you know. I don't have to go get infinity. I can just have that. Huh. Raise bad mic settings. Too many channels requested. Too many channels requested. Okay, and then return I. Yeah. All right. Seems simple enough. Open the stream and then so mic is now a microphone, so mic stream read, and then the was it frames per buffer? I have to do if mic dot on, not if mic dot on. Continue, just skip it. This needs to self dot on is true. Yeah. And then add mic name really actually mic microphone mics mic dot name is equal to mic, and then actually sorry, this is false, and then if do handle then immediately start it. Oh, no. Okay. True, false, none. If it's already running, you can expect a true, false. If it's not, there will be it'll init all the mics in handle. So if self.stream is not none, turn true. If for some reason it's already open. Do handle, and then for mic in self.mics.values, if mic.enabled mic.enabled, then start stream to do handle Yeah. Okay. So just go through and do that, and then for all the microphones that are on, yeah, for all the microphones that are enabled, it'll start it, and then for all the microphones that are on, it'll actually read from them. Get the frame. If you fail to get the frame, do some bullshit. So with the frame, you have to go through all of the buckets for that microphone. Bucket ID self.micmap.get mic name, otherwise none, and then if bucket IDs, then for bucket and self buckets dot ID for ID and bucket IDs. Okay, that gets all the audio buckets, and then bucket add frame. Cool. I guess I could be. I don't know. I don't know if you should even. I don't know if you don't read, if it's just gonna like sit there or what until you read it. I don't know how that works. Because really, if there's no buckets listening for the microphone, it shouldn't really be reading from the microphone. But I'll do it just in case. Why not? Alright, so that'll do all that. I think that works. I don't think I'll need a separate thread for each microphone. It shouldn't block for too long. Yeah, get the buckets. If buckets, then for bucket and the bucket IDs, and then for bucket from the there. Take the bucket, add the frame to its frames, and then over here, I have to do like a try finally on this. Actually, no, it's like a generator. Thing with like a generator is you don't really get control over when it just ends. So basically if it never gets like invoked again, like if the connection just gets shut off and it's like, okay, I don't need to do anything with this generator anymore, it's like, when do I tell it that it can remove the bucket, you know? Holy shit. Okay. You ever look at a group chat and it just has 300 new messages? need to ignore this a bit. Alright, I'll come back to that later. I have 300 new messages and almost like a fucking a day per like message like for a year. What the fuck am I saying? Okay. Hmm. I'm thinking. I don't know. Like if it gets canceled, like that's one thing, but if it literally just doesn't get called at all, like what can I do about that? String bytes byte array, else responses, yeah, set data, otherwise responses empty list, otherwise, yeah. Okay. Column close. So yeah. Okay. So actually, I think with this on close, I'll get a bit more control. So if I don't immediately do this, like return that, and then I can get r dot on close. Check in with the bucket equals guess I'll do it over here. Main handler from dot import handler. Nice. Jesus Christ. Handler. There we go. Microphone handler. Okay, bucket, I have to get like the, I guess it'll be by name, yeah. Quest dot get or ram args. It's args. Name. And then mic handler or main handler, is there a thing for just adding a new bucket, yeah, device name. Okay. Mic name. Get device ready to be handled if not already. Yeah, to start stream, but if it doesn't. Huh. That is a good point. I don't immediately actually have to start the stream unless if enabled and self.micmap.get mic.name. Right. And then whenever a new bucket is added, it'll just start the microphone up. Alright, and then whenever a bucket is dropped, audio bucket or string for the name. Does the bucket store its, or not string UID? Bucket doesn't store its own UID. Bucket, bucket ID. There. Okay. So drop bucket. Going to mic map for the bucket. Oh, does the bucket store what microphone it's listening? It doesn't. Okay. Mic map. Not mic map. So first I have to if UID, then bucket equals no, but it can be multiple. Bleh. I have to do another set, or like a dictionary of whatever. Really should be sets instead of lists. Yeah, that's a no-no. Hit my mic. Oopsies. Alright, I think if I just do this, it's a set. Alright. Yeah, it's a set. New bucket, add. And then what do I need? I need bucket to all of the microphones it's listening on. Bucket map. Dictionary of UID. Set of string. So it's just the reverse. Why did I, whatever. Yeah. It's just the reverse of mic map, pretty much. If bucket ID shouldn't be in bucket map. Though technically, even though it's really unlikely, now if UUID generates an exact like a duplicate like in the same session, then it's kind of just fucked anyway. There's nothing I can do about that, so let's just treat it like it never happens. Bucket ID. Bucket ID. What am I doing? Self bucket map. Bucket ID. Oh wait, no. Really only makes sense if you do device names. To do it like that. Alright, 1-to-1 it is. I don't know if Python has a multi-map. I don't really want to find out. Or bidirectional map. I don't know. Multi-map would just be... What is a multi-map? Okay, yeah, that's just multiple values per key. That's not a bidirectional map, which is what I would need. So then, yeah, I could just go back up here and have a device name. The only reason I got rid of it is because I was stuck on the idea that you would be able to have multiple devices for a bucket, which really doesn't make sense. Because then I could imagine the frames might not work or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it would. Anyway. Yeah, keep that. Get rid of that. Back down here. If bucket bucket's a UUID, then go get it. Otherwise, not otherwise, just otherwise treat as a bucket afterwards. Because by now it should be. Then I can get self dot mic map dot pop. Really, I can do if or no, this should still be a set or something, right? Because otherwise one mic would go to one bucket, and that would be, that's not good. Yeah. I really do want to have it so that you can have the many to many, what do you call it, so you can have one bucket like technically get audio from multiple microphones at once. I think that would be really cool. Whatever, device names. Let's go all in. Found equals false for name, device names. Or why do I even need found? And then I wouldn't need this part anymore up here. Get rid of that. Again. And then over in this over here, dictionary of UID to set of string. Okay. So from bucket map it would be a pop, but from mic map you would get all of those yeah. If it's audio bucket, then bucket equals bucket.id, and then go to bucket map and you just pop by bucket, and then bucket map, pop bucket, I guess none. If so that'd be mic names. If mic names, then for mic name and mic names, that'll be a set at that point. If mic name and self mic map, then BID or bucket set is self.micmap, mic names. I guess I could do not in and then continue to make it a bit more not indented. Bucket set. And then if no. So bucket set delete. How do you Oh, that's not bucket set. Remove is not, or is it here? Okay, so like should be in there. If bucket in bucket set. Then remove it. And if not bucket set, then delete mic map, mic name. Oh, Oh, I got 2 bots in a row. Jesus. Ban. You. Ban. Oh no, it's the same bot. Really? It sent 2 messages. That's weird. I've never seen that. It sent one pinging me, and then it sent one pinging like a random ping. Which... I wonder what that's for. It's gotta be some, like... tracking thing to see, like... Like, I don't know if you ban the bot and then the message is gone, like, what happens with that? Really, I should also be banning the accounts that they ping as well. As long as they're like random gibberish. Maybe. I don't know. Alright. Yeah. So that'll do all that it needs to do. Oh. Yeah, remove the bucket, and then if it's empty now, just get rid of it. Okay. Yeah. Drop bucket. I'll drop the bucket, and then that should be fine. Okay, so drop bucket would happen where? Web roots here, call on close. Is it just a callback that doesn't take anything? Yeah. Lambda main handler drop bucket bucket. Yeah. And then return R. So that should kind of solve my little issue. With like how do I handle closing it? Because this should like 100% always run. I'm assuming closing down is like the closing of the connection. Does this get used anywhere else? Close the wrapped response. You can also use the object. Yeah, enter, return self, exit, close. This GUI header. So close gets called where? There. Get app iter. Closing iterator. Weird. Whatever. That should work. I'll have to do some like print statements or something just to check it. But checking in would be yeah, bucket and handler new bucket mic name. Okay, and then it would have to do handle invalid mic name. Right. And then the handler is just bucket.wait dot, what is bucket? What? None? It doesn't, I thought that returned the bucket. Okay. Well, it should return the bucket. Jesus Christ. Okay. Now bucket.wait. So wait, and then probably just yield from bucket dot get frames. Yeah. So it'll go through all of these, and then it'll clear and clear, and it'll come back and wait again. I don't know if there's a better way, like if I just yield none, if it'll just sit there. I don't know. Stretching. Alright. Yeah. I think this is pretty much just what this is gonna be. Besides the handling there. And I have to get a list of all the microphones. How long I've been going for? I'm kind of tired. I don't know why. Let's see, I went to bed at 12. Woke up around 7:30. It's like 7:30. Yeah. Weird. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten, so I might just put my stream, like just let it sit for a bit. I don't know. I don't really want to do that. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna end. I'm happy I streamed. That's good. I had fun. I had to talk to people. I'm just tired. Alright. Who do I want to raid? Who do I want to raid? Okay, I think I could do Enki. Yeah, I'll raid into Enki. He's with Amina. They're doing Elden Ring. It should be pretty fun. Pull up my stream and raid. Paste. Okay. Have fun over there. Eventually, I can just do it. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.